We are looking at our problems of the week, week 12. The theme is homework this week, and we're going to look at Thursday and Friday's problem. Let's take a look at Thursday's. During the week, 5 students kept track of how much time they spent doing homework. Jonathan did 185 minutes, Susan did 205 minutes, Doug did 240 minutes, Sharon did 95 minutes, and Bo did 155 minutes. What was the total number of minutes the students spent on their homework? What is the difference between the most and the least amount of homework time? Okay, so for this problem, I actually have 2 separate answers I need to find. First, I need to find the total. And the second math I need to do is I need to find the difference between the most and the least amount of homework time. That is called the range, when you subtract the most and the least, and that is a data term to find the range. So to find the total, that's one of our math clue words. So I would go ahead and split my workspace. One side I would calculate the total, and then on the other side I would go ahead and label that difference and show the work for those 2 problems. And then down here you can write your answers for both. Alright, so moving on to Friday's problem, we have a circle graph, and it says the circle graph represents a total of 200 minutes of homework that Marla did during the week. Number of minutes, and then it gives the various subject matter. And then if you look down here at the bottom, it says estimate the number of minutes that Marla spent doing in each subject area. Alright, so a few things I know already. The total of this circle has to equal 200 minutes. That's what it just told me. Also, I don't need an exact, to the minute, because they want an estimate. An estimate is sort of the gray area, so I have some leeway there, okay? And since my total is 200, as long as I give nice rounded amounts that would equal 200, I should be okay. I do, however, need to list each subject area down below. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this circle graph and just make some general observations here. Things about circle graphs I know. When I split it in half, that gives me 50-50, right? Well, if I have 200 minutes total, then half of this side would represent about, because we're estimating, 100 minutes for those subjects on this side, and 100 minutes on this side of the graph. So let's look at the side that only has the 2 subjects. So now, when I look at just particularly the math and reading side, when I look, and then I cut my half in half, it almost works out perfectly. Now, almost is okay, because I'm estimating. So, if I had 100 minutes for math and reading, and I see that if I cut that in half, they're about equal, I'll let you draw some conclusions about how much time math may have taken and about how much time reading would have taken. But let's jump over on the other side. I've got spelling, I've got history, and I've got science. Now, I know that all 3 of these together are going to equal that 100 minutes. So take a minute, pause the video, and think about what sort of conclusions you can draw about these 3 separate pieces. Alright, so hopefully you thought about it, you looked at that half of that circle graph, and I kind of felt, and I hope you do the same, that these 3 particular pieces, spelling, history, and science, are roughly the same. There is a little difference down here. Reading was a smidge bigger. But overall, they're about the same size. So that tells me, since I'm estimating, I'm going to take that 100 minutes, and I need to figure out, if I took that 100 minutes, how much would that be about were I to divide it amongst those 3 particular subject areas. So, go ahead and do some calculations on that. Do a little guess and check, a little figuring with the numbers here. Go back to the original circle, and hopefully that was sort of a quick and easy way for you to find that estimate of each subject matter. Now down here in your answer, don't forget you do need to list. Spelling was this much time. History was about this much time. Science, reading, math, the whole circle graph needs to be represented. Good luck!